Tim, in the frozen tundra of Canada, you're up.
I am in frozen tundra for sure. Shola, thanks so much for this. This is a great conversation. I don't remember what you called it earlier when you were talking with Scott, but you said you're greatly affected by angry situations that come up, and I feel the same way. And I think about, you talk about toxic workplaces, toxic places. One of the events that led me to the Outlier Project just over a year ago was getting let go.
Oh,
And I remember that day feeling better at the end of the day without a job, without income, than I did in the morning with those things. So that's a feeling I'm never going to forget. But what I want to ask you is having that affect me, anger and toxicity and stuff like that. Like, what would I start with dealing with those feelings in those situations so that and I like to have a different perspective. That's why my camera does this thing.
oh, saw what you did
Um,
there.
how would I take a different perspective on those situations so that I can better deal with those when they come up?
There's so much there, Tim. I really like the fact that you've said that how much better you felt without your job and without income than you did going into that. That requires its own level of unpacking that I wish I could go deeper in, but I know time is limited. One of the things that I talk about in my book, in just one place to start, is just the concept of cognitive reframing, the ability to be able to look at something objectively as it happens, and instead of assigning your immediate judgment to it, the first thing that comes. Because when you get angry, that's because you're assigning some sort of meaning to whatever is happening to you or to someone you love or something that's happening in the world. So that taking a moment to cognitive reframe and be like, is there another way to look at this? Is something you can do in the moment. Back to Kimberly's earlier point around being in your body, around the whole breathing aspect of something, is a huge way to calm yourself so you can engage in cognitive reframing. But starting there, and last thing on this, and by the way, y'all can reach out to me if we're running out of time. You guys got to cut this off because I'm free. I can keep this thing going. Is the idea of the importance of therapy. I can say for myself, because of someone who has struggled with emotions and I struggle with depression to this day. If I did not have a therapist to be able to navigate these really difficult conversations, I just can't imagine. And a lot of high achievers avoid therapy. Like, I'm too busy for therapy. I'm too busy. That's like going on a road trip and be like, I'm too busy driving to stop to get gas. I'm like, what? Come on. Of course we need to do this. And the idea, if it's the resources that's stopping you from getting therapy, I get it. But if it's the stigma, that's wild. Like, we really need to get to a point where we take care of ourselves. So that's my thing, Tim. I'm a big go to therapy guy. I just don't know how I navigate this world without it. But cognitive reframing and being back in your breath is a powerful ways to kind of keep this thing going.
Very good. Thanks a lot for this today.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.